All right. Good morning. Good morning, ABQ. I'm up bright and early. 8:30 my time. And as you all know, last night I jumped into a rabbit hole. And I have not been tumbling down the rabbit hole. I have not been tumbling down the rabbit hole. I've been free falling. I jumped into a literal hole in the earth. And we are deep. This is as deep as it gets. And this is shocking. Now, I got a little overexcited with the title of this stream. I put an exclamation mark at the end. I may not have needed that. And to be honest, I have not spent hours processing this information. So I want some help on this one. 6:30 in the morning. All right. Good morning to you. Hope y'all feeling good this morning. I don't want to wake my neighbors, so I'm going to try to keep my voice down. Try not to get too excited. If I get too excited, please help calm me down. Remind me to chill out. I want to take it easy anyways on this video. I ran into some information from the American Housing Survey. And shout out to Urban. I think it's urban.org who did this article. I guess it has 3 authors: Sarah Strocock, Lori Goodman, Jun Zhu. Okay. 2018. Okay. Some of you may have seen this already, but look at this. White families are the most likely to have pets, but the least likely to have both pets and children. In other words, they're more likely to have pets, and they won't have any children along with the pets. The pet will be a replacement. It will sit in place of the child. While others are more likely to have a pet and a child. That's literally the cause of the decline of the white population. It has to be. It's not interracial relationships. It is not. White women are more loyal than any other group of women in America. Don't we all know that by now? This information has been out for a long time. White husband, white wife, 97.9%. With everybody else, it's lower. Black husband, black wife, 95.4%. Asian husband, Asian wife, 82.5%. And other, whoever other is, 49.9%. When white women copulate, marry, whatever, it's usually with a white man. Interracial relationships is not the problem. It's these flipping mutts. Look at the percentage, and shout out to them for doing this, for breaking down this information, because they reveal, based on the American Housing Survey, what percentage of white America owns pets. And as you can see, they have white at the top. They are over 50%. It's the majority of their population throughout all age ranges. 0 to 34, 58%, 0.4 of whites own a pet. Between 35 and 54, 68%, almost 70%. Nobody else is even close to 70%. People, Not even close. 51%. Hispanic is next in line, but it's less than half. 40%, 48%, and we get down to black, 19% of blacks, right? Up to 34, between 35 and 54, 27%, just over a quarter. 55 jumped back down to 21%. Could this be the main reason why the black population is increasing so rapidly and the white population is decreasing? You telling me this doesn't have anything to do with it? I find that hard to believe. I find that hard to believe. And to make it even worse, it would be one thing if they had kids on top of having a pet. But look at what it says. 58% of non-Hispanic white females have pets compared to 45%. 58%, nearly 60%. That is doing too much. And whites are more likely to only have a pet, to not have kids at all. Think about that. How can that not play a role? If it's not this, then what is it? You know what? Let me show you some of the sad reasons that the experts are giving. Okay, let's bring in the experts. The experts who try to explain to us why the American white population is declining. Listen, I want the white American crusaders to put on the body armor. I mean, it's time to go to war for real. We need the best swords, shields, weaponry, all of that. I mean, everywhere you find an insult to a child, to being a parent, the promotion of being a dog mom, you got to pounce on them full force. Don't let it slide. It's all out war at this point. It's war at this point. Now let's listen or look at the experts. What do the experts have to say? Now, they said the same thing that other articles said, that the population of white America declined for the first time on record. And this is TRT World, 1.6 million subscribers. This video has almost 20,000 views. And this was uploaded, I think, like 8 months ago. So it must have, this is the same article that I referenced to. That was in 2021. Okay. And that was based on the Census Bureau. The number of people who identify as white now account for nearly 58%. But you got to keep in mind that many Hispanics put white down on the census, census thing. Many of them, this has been proven. Even though they're not white, many of them have a brown skin. They don't look white. They just look Hispanic. They come from the Caribbean. They do that. They come from Mexico. They do that. They will mark down white. Okay. Remember, Asian Americans, not Asian Americans. I think it was either Hispanics. In the early 1900s, they fought against being labeled as Hispanic, as their own ethnic group on the census. They said, no, we want to be classified as white. Many of you might be aware of this. So I'm just saying there may be even fewer. The percentage might be lower than this. Cut that down. Yeah, this is the reference to the same article that I shared. Okay, here come the experts. Y'all see that? Now, this experts say the decline may be the result of an aging population, a lower birth rate among millennials. Why? What's the cause of the lower birth rate? You can't tell me it's not that so many of them are saying, I don't want a child, I want a dog instead. You're not going to tell me they're not having an impact. Wait a minute. Did they say, okay, in an opioid epidemic? Stop. Cut that out. No, we're going to have to cut that out. I want to hear nothing about no opioids. It is these mutts. Now, I'm sure it's not helping, but these dogs are leading the way. It is so many of these women's decision to be a dog mom rather than a real mom. They say significant increases among the Hispanic, Asian, and Black population. No. Because like I said, many of the Hispanics and Asians are classifying themselves as white when they get here to the Americas. And let me tell you something else. A lot of these people who identify as Hispanic, who mark Hispanic on the census, they're Black. They're coming from Hispanic nations. They're coming from the Caribbean, places where they speak Spanish or Portuguese. They're actually Black people. So they give these weak explanations. At least what I see is weak. I'll put it like this. I don't see these as a stronger argument as the dog culture. This dog culture is just too powerful to ignore. You can't just ignore it like nope. Sorry, experts. Sorry. This is too powerful of a culture to just ignore. You're not going to ignore it. Okay? And look at this. They got stuff like this. Now, when you do your research, you look at these groups, dog mom groups, dog parent groups. Why isn't it diverse? Why isn't it diverse? Why do they always just like exclusively show white women as dog moms? And dogs are promoted to white people more than anybody. Anytime they make a dog movie, it's usually not a Black star or co-star or whatever with that mutt. Now, there are a couple movies out there. A Black person with a dog. I remember this is that movie where, what's that guy's name? I forgot his name. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman was in that movie where he was a lawyer. Remember, he teamed up with that white lady. I forgot her name. He drove this motorcycle. It's like a military. They studied this military case. He had a dog in that one. You had that other movie with Will Smith. You have a couple of them. But most of the dogs are primarily targeted at white women, white people in general. But really strong with white women, marketed to them. And everywhere you go, when you go to these groups on Instagram, on Twitter, and you look at the actual everyday people who are dog moms and call themselves dog moms, it's like exclusively white women. See, so white men should be the most vicious opponents towards these raggedy, nasty, worthless mutts. They should be out here on the front lines, slaying these things. Let me take that back. I don't promote breaking the law. No, don't go out killing dogs. No. Let me pump the brakes here. Let me calm down. Let me catch myself. Hey, I caught myself. But they should have the strongest voices out here. Whenever people are facing extinction, it's time to gear up and go to war against whatever is causing the extinction. Don't talk about interracial and mixed couples. That's not it. That's not it. It's been proven, when white women want to have kids, they want to get in a relationship, they're usually with a white man. White women are literally the most loyal women in America. But almost 70% of them have a dog. And they're most likely to have a dog and nothing but a dog. You can't let your women be out here calling babies ugly and nasty and talking about babies and parenthood like that. Fellas, y'all gotta jump on top of that. Any and everywhere you see that. These are your mothers. The mothers are of the civilization, of your civilization. You can't let your mothers entertain a narrative like that. Let talking points like that become popular. No. Let me go back to my PowerPoint here. I got something else that I want to show you all. And I'm going to share the link to the source where I got this information here. Because these statistics, they basically prove that what I was saying is exactly right. Look what it says. All while white people are the most likely to own pets, they are the least likely to also have children. Only 23.1% of white households had a child younger than 18. 23%. While 57.8% own pets. Wow. These numbers vary widely by race or ethnicity. While Black and Asian families are more likely to have kids rather than pets. Hispanic families and families of other races show the opposite trend. Opposite of whites. So whites are doing something that nobody else is doing. That is the cause of the decline in the population. Notice how now that their population is actually decreasing, it's at the very moment when they have been pushing dogs into schools far more than they ever have. It started in the early 2010s. It was like an epidemic, pushing these dogs into schools, high schools, elementary schools, preschools, library, anywhere they can find kids. They have been promoted more and more in media, in entertainment. Everywhere you look is dog this, dog that. You can't tell me that a pro-white government would be behind this. There's no way, no way. Leading you into extinction? So I believe this information is the evidence. It's the evidence. Share of households with pets, 57%. And what is this other? I don't know what this other is. Share of households with at least one child, 23. Whereas blacks have more kids than pets. You're not seeing these black women out here talking about being a dog mom like that. See, this is dangerous when The bars and statistics are the exact opposite of whites. Y'all see that? The Hispanics are almost neck and neck, but Hispanics are more likely to have kids and pets. They're not on this dog mom trend, this dog mom wave like whites. Hispanics are, it's not like that. There's some of them, I'm sure, but it's not as strong. It's not as prevalent. And with everybody else, it's the exact opposite. And y'all want to sit up there and talk about immigrants? Stop. White women are the most loyal of all women. Asian women love them some white women, man. They date out. Asian women love them some white men. They date out more than any other group. Asian women. And they usually go after white men. And their Asian population is still increasing. It ain't got nothing to do with no interracial relationships. You want to look at people who are not white and get mad? No, you need to get mad at these worthless mutts. Get mad at these worthless mutts. Now they say that about 83% of the United States population live in urban areas. 83%. Go around to all cities in the United States. And you tell me, go to the big cities, even the medium-sized cities. Go to these cities and you just go around the whole city. And you tell me if you really believe that black people make up 12% of that population. They do not. Most black people don't like to fill out that census information. I don't. You have no idea how many undocumented black people there are out here. I believe black people make up about 40 to 50% of the United States right now. Again, many of these immigrant black people who are black mark Hispanic because they speak Spanish. I've been to several cities, Atlanta, all the cities in Ohio, Detroit, Indianapolis, Louisville, Lexington, New York City. Never been to a city. And when I look at the demographics, the information, I see that blacks make up a huge chunk of every major city. So it's a lot worse than you may think. So this information, in my opinion, makes people like Tucker Carlson, who wants to sit up here and talk about this great replacement theory, want to sit up here and talk about the non-whites who are moving into America as if that is the cause of the decline of the white population. You sitting up here kissing dogs, being a dog lover. This is cringeworthy. I don't like to see people, it's uncomfortable to watch people embarrass themselves. That's when you cringe. This is cringe. He wants to get up there and talk like an expert on what's the cause of the decline of the white population. Dude, we're over here in this dark corner telling you what it really is. It's a shame. These major media outlets are not dealing with the facts. They're not dealing with the truth. All they spew is propaganda and rhetoric, trying to put it into people's heads that the cause is other people. No, dude. It's you. It's these dogs. You should shame women with dogs. Shame them, no matter what race they are. Black women too. Shame on you if you call yourself a flipping dog mom. Now, there ain't that many of you out there. But if you do, if you practice being a flipping dog mom rather than a real mom, shame on you. Whatever race you are. But when you are the only population whose population is declining and everybody else is increasing, and you have statistics like this, that is the major problem. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Now, look, maybe it's just me. I was convinced. Are you convinced? You know, people are free to draw their own conclusions. But this, to me, yeah, I Am Legend was another movie where he's with it. Will Smith is a dog lover in general, if I'm not mistaken. I think he owns dogs, actually owns dogs. Shout out to Alien Drone Surfaces, who has become a member of the channel. Shout out to Alien Drone Services. People, boy, oh boy, like I said, we are free falling. We are free falling into this rabbit hole. Here, let me share the link to the article where I got this information. And they got that information from the American Housing Survey. Okay, American Housing Survey. This is real out here, people. Now, let me show y'all something else here. Something else disturbing that I found on this wicked internet. Man, the internet, this is such a powerful tool because people, I remember when there was no internet. The internet has given people a way to reveal their genius, their brilliance, but also to reveal their sicknesses, their illnesses. This is a problem. Look at this. This woman made this blog. Oh, this is a website. It's an actual website. She believes she's a real mom. She's one of those dog moms who views herself as a real mom. You don't have to be the mother of a human child to be considered a real mom. So she wrote this. She said, for anyone who thinks that dog moms aren't real moms, I beg to differ for the following reasons. I clean up poop, vomit, muddy floors, de-stuff toys, and put toys away in the toy box 10 times a day. Just as human kids go to the doctor, I take my animals to the vet for regular checkups when they are sick. These women, this is like a religion. They are taking this dog mom thing seriously. It's not a game. It's not something that they're doing for fun. This is like waging war on your own race. Ladies, is this what you really want to do? You want to commit racial suicide? Is that what we're looking at? Are we going to only see white people in history books and going to say, hey, there used to be a white race of people that used to exist on Earth. Okay, what happened to them? Where'd they go? Well, the women decided to have dogs rather than kids. They decided to be a dog mom rather than be a real mom. And that's how they went extinct. Too many of their women refused to have kids, have dogs instead. Population decline. Now they're extinct. Wow, they used to look really cool. Yeah, they were really fun people. But hey, this teaches us to stay away from dogs. Matter of fact, by that time, trust me, dogs will be getting eradicated from this country. This is scary. You don't want to go out in an embarrassing way like that. Men, do you want to go extinct and have that left in the history books? All the women thought the dogs were more attractive than being a mom. And really, when a woman does that, that's her way of saying that a dog is more attractive than a man. Because even if she's copulating with a white man, even if she's having sexual intercourse, sexual relations with white men, she's still refusing to have kids. She's having abortions. She's taking these contraceptives or whatever they take to prevent themselves from becoming pregnant. That's still an expression of rejection of white males in general. That is backwards. That's backwards. You got to put a stop to it right now. Again, shame on all of you. Let me show y'all something else. Let me show y'all something else. Wait a minute. Where are we at? Let me show y'all something else here. Look at this. Richard Spencer himself. Richard Spencer himself. They've been up here talking about this and that is the cause of our depopulation. When all along, the cause has been the very dog culture that you support. You big dummy. Tucker Carlson, you big dummy. And everybody else who want to talk. Did y'all see that latest video I did? How many of y'all seen that? You already know what I'm talking about. Those who've seen it. Hey, wait a minute.
Let's move on now to other stories. The American Census Bureau has released the demographic data showing how the U.S. has changed over the past decade. It is the most detailed account of the demographic changes in the country since the year 2010. U.S. Census data release shows that the United States is an increasingly diverse country, as there have been significant increases in the number of people who identify as multiracial, Hispanic, and Asian. These categories have driven much of the population growth between 2010 and 2020. The multiracial population has changed considerably since 2010. It was measured at 9 million people in 2010 and is now 33.8 million people in 2020, which is a 276% increase.
Okay, sorry about that. That was some news coverage on the same topic. I think y'all can see that. It's uploaded by, who is it? WILN. I think it's some kind of Arab or Indian media outlet. And they was just talking about the same thing. Basically, back in 2021, this story really blew up. Okay. And think about it. You had this influx of dog adoptions in 2020. Notice, have y'all connected those dots? The explosion in dog adoptions in 2020 during COVID lockdown. And then in the very next year, they say, oh, for the first time in history, the white population has decreased. What could be the cause of that? I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what happened. And it is us sitting over here telling them what happened. How many of y'all seen this? I made this video, the great replacement theory dogs, and Wikipedia slapped a big ad on my video. It's a link to the definition, Wikipedia definition of the great replacement theory. They've never done that to any of my videos. Never had that done. So this is a popular topic. It's a popular topic. And they're actually talking about everything other than dogs. If this is a popular subject, then we should see an all-out war against this dog culture. I should be a small voice in the crowd. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not joking. I should be a small voice in the crowd. If this is a popular subject, there should be millions and several public figures out here right now taking a strong stance against this dog culture. I told y'all we are going to take off. We are going to take off because we are going to get the attention of white nationalists and everybody who co-signs with the theory. Look at the Fox News. Many of the Fox News viewers. We're going to get the attention of everybody who's having discussions about the great replacement theory, because what we're talking about here is undeniable. Let me just say the information that I'm providing is undeniable. I don't want to put words into anybody else's mouth. Right? If you think it's some other cause, some other reason why the population is declining, hey, break it down to us. But I find it very ironic that there was a dog adoption explosion in 2020. And then in 2021, for the first time in history, our population has decreased. Really? Right after lockdown? Or right after we told people to stop coming into this country? How is that possible? You block people from traveling here from other countries, and then all of a sudden, and then you want to blame immigrants? Stop. I dare. Listen, if I get on Fox News and I debate with Tucker Carlson, Richard Spence, I will smash them. Easy work. Easy work, and they know it. And that is why there are going to be other groups who take our narrative. People expect someone to steal this talking point and to push it mainstream. If you hear it, you know where they got it, because I haven't heard it yet. The cause of the decline in the white population here in the United States, and maybe around the world as well, is these worthless, good-for-nothing mutants. Right? We are here to lead the world into the eradication, extermination of dogs. Don't reject it. Enjoy the ride. This is a very fascinating journey that we're on here. And we're about to leave our mark on the world forever. This type of truth being revealed is going to change the world forever. Good. Good. Because it's a change for the better. Shout out to everybody who's able to join me for this morning's live stream. And I hope to see you all on the next. Michael David, We Hate Dogs in the building. Right? Moochie in the building. Dave C. And I hope to see all of you on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.